Welcome everyone to How Not to Souls. J-Ron here, and today we are looking at a fist build from Dark Souls 2. And by God, was this a build? And it's such like a simple like situation, but it was like really damaging. I think this is like a top tier. Easy top 5 build. I even might say a top 3 build. It even might be my favorite build of all time, the Hexer. And there's only one real hard part about it, and it's the beginning, and we'll talk about that as we go on. But let's take a look at our stats and our equipment, or lack thereof, and then we can move on. As you can see, we have a pretty even Steven quality build. With strength and dex. And I only have 55 strength and 51 dex because I didn't know what to do with the remaining points of my stats. I hit everything at, 194. This was done at 194. And you can even go less if you want. But so 50 endurance, 50 vigor for a real good amount of health and stamina. I don't think you needed much vitality, but I think extra points that I put into strength and dexterity could go in vitality if you want to rock a heavier armor sets. 6 attunement, you don't really need any attunement if you're not casting any spells. You can't really buff your hands now, can you? Which is a sad thing. You can't buff your hands. There's no point in even trying to like go for a faith or an intelligence like situation where it's just like if you're bare hands. It's all bare hands. Strength and dex, like I said, it's a quality situation. 50 and 50 is ideal. I didn't know what to do with my extra points, so those are the last 6 points. 5 in strength and 1 in dex. If it was 207 or 206, it would have been 55 dex. 25 adaptability for the nice rolls. The nicest of things. And then intelligence and faith at 6, all base. And I started off as a wretch. If you wanted to know, that's how I started off, as a wretch. So we got a lot out of it for our equipment. Now, you see the Bat Dragon Bone Fist. That was a fun factor. Really, we didn't use much. The Dragon Bone Fist, actually, if you want to take a look at it right here, has a super like unique move set. Oh, that's just left swinging. Look at those combos, right? Like, that's pretty cool. But when you dual wield it, or you power stance it, like, it has a whole new jam. And then you even get projectile, which was fun. So technically, it's a hand-to-hand. Still fist. You got some feet in there. And I think, hold on, our running, we have that's a running R2. Oh. And I think a running R1 is a drop kick, which is cool. But our fists out damage absolutely everything. All because, wait, let's look at that fist damage. 442 versus 332. All because of the Vanquisher's Seal. This is a Covenant of Champions item where you had to farm 50 Awe Stones. And you could easily do that by being offline, going to the Grave of Saints, and letting down the bridge on the 2nd floor. You want to beat the rat boss first. Make sure you're in the Covenant after that. Don't join the Covenant before you fight Royal Vanguard, because that'll just be a pain in the ass fight. And I even recommend beating Last Giant and Pursuer to get the extra damage and extra levels, because you get to fight, then be a part of the champion of the Covenant, and then you'll get an infinite spawning Roy the Explorer, and you can just knock him off that bridge and get your 50 Awe Stones. It will take a little time, but it's worth it. You get a 50% boost on your fists with strength and a 25% boost on your dex. And you're just out damaging any other fist weapon in the game. Anything. Your bare fists with the Vanquisher's seal. And take off the Champion Covenant too while you're at it, after you get your 50 all stones and cash them in. Trust me, you'll have an easier time with the game. A funner time, because Champion of Covenants is kind of like, makes it a lot more annoying. For our armor set, the Brigand armor and the heavy boots, pretty simple. And then the engraved gauntlets. I've been using these quite a bit recently. I feel like I'm never going to go without these again, just due to the fact you get critical hits, a rare chance of critical hits on normal attacks. And you just do, like, it's just crazy damage as it is. And it's fast damage as well, especially when you're power stancing or when you're two-handed. And then when you get that chance of a critical hit, you're just crushing bosses, crushing enemies. It's quite absurd. I thought I'd be parrying a lot more, but I didn't have to. I just kind of kicked everybody right in the dirt. I punched them all in the beanbag, literally. For our other weapons, a lot of damage boosting going on with Flynn's Ring. If you don't know the deal with Flynn's Ring, the lower your equip load, the higher your damage for physical attacks. And Ring of Blades. If you need you guys increase your physical attack. Lots of physical attack modifiers. And we have the King's Ring on, but in reality, through the duration of the playthrough. Playing 3 ring +1. I didn't see the need for any life boosting rings or stamina or vitality rings. Didn't need it. 50 health, 50 endurance. You got a lot of health there. You got a lot of stamina. You don't need anything extra. But if you do want to go the extra distance, the Ring of the Embedded, I felt like I didn't want to take any extra damage. But you can go down that road too. Yeah. And if I was to use any consumables or like any bows or anything, there would be total utilitarian purpose. You don't really need to unless you want to like figure out some puzzles without it. Like I used a bow in Shulva in the Dragon Sanctum to do some of the push block puzzles with they're up in the ceiling. And I used like some fire bombs to break pots that I couldn't reach. But yeah, pretty much a strength, quality, fisticuffs build all the way. Really, really strong. I think this would like dominate in PvP, honestly, because you will be, honest. I found myself stun locking enemies more often than not in the two-handed set, or the two-handing set. Power stancing was fun, though. I thought it was a little slow at times. And the damage was a little lackluster. If you were at the right distance or something like that, it was a little bizarre. So that's why I stuck to two-handing for a majority of it. And that was awesome damage. A little slower than power stancing, but you were doing more damage. Overall, though, outstanding build. The only real work of it was in the beginning to get the Vanquisher's Seal. Like, bosses melted. Bosses melt before... Well, I wouldn't say melt, but they go down quick. You're literally destroying them. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great morning, afternoon, night, and I'll see you later. Peace out.